Miss Bella Thorne has really upped the ante on self-centered entitlement. Oh, and she thinks it's cute to LARP as a sex worker. Hi you guys, my name is Nikki Newell, and while I have you here, before we get into this interesting video, I need you to do me a couple favors. Just hit the little like button, the subscribe, the bell, and leave a comment down below after this video and let me know what you think about what Miss Bella has done.
I'm inappropriate. I like hearing space, I like the whole script. You're such a freaky girl, I love it.
Yes, you heard that correctly. I said LARPing as a sex worker, cosplaying as a hoe, if you will. And in all honesty, that is the super sugar-coated diabetic coma version of what she's currently high-fiving herself for doing this past week. So Miss Bella Thorne, with all of her already having money and all of her movies and all of her TV shows and all of her Disney child star D-list fame, the girl already has money. She just sold $1 million house, okay? The girl, to our knowledge, isn't hard up. Something makes me assume that she is hard up, but we'll get to that. So Bella Thorne decided to join Onlyfans. Now, there's nothing spectacular about that. There's many D-list celebrities already on OnlyFans, okay? And not only that, there are A-list celebrities on OnlyFans. Nobody's fucking mad about her joining OnlyFans. Do you think Cardi B is on OnlyFans? Do you think we got mad about Bella Thorne joining OnlyFans? Please get real. Please get real. You think with Cardi B on the platform, we're worried about Bella Thorne? Stop it. Just stop it. So she decided to join OnlyFans and claim that it was research for a film, an upcoming film that she is making with Sean Baker, which is an indie film director producer that did the Florida Project and then a movie called Tangerine. He's pretty great. So yeah, that was her whole reasoning when she was coming out about this. She announced this on Instagram. Oh, I'm working on this film about, you know, OnlyFans and how it can change. Well, let's get the quote word for word. It's a feature we are researching as I'm living it currently. What are the ins and outs? What does a platform like this do to its users? What's the connected material between your life and your life inside the world of OnlyFans? How can it change your life for the worse and for the better? How far are you willing to go and how far do you want to go? You can be me or this talented girl from Montana, and OnlyFans could change your life if you wanted to, of course. So she said she was doing research for that movie that she was speaking of that was going to be made by Sean Baker. So she joins OnlyFans, right? The subscription's $20 a month, big whoop, nothing really outstanding there at all. And let's be clear, the subscriptions aren't what broke the site, okay? Everybody wants to be, in my comments on TikTok, wants to be like, oh, you're just mad because all these people wanted to see her naked and they, you know, she made all this money. No, she didn't make the money from the subscription, sweetheart. So what she did was she made over about $2 million in a week's time. The first day, she made $1 million, okay? And she sent out, because she sent out a pay-to-view message, which is a feature on OnlyFans, that you can message all of your followers, a mass message, and you can type something, you know, that makes you want to pay to open it, right? Like, oh, just sitting here diddling myself or whatever. And you can set a price on it to unlock it. She did this to all of her subscribers that had subscribed, right? All of them. She sent this message out and it said something to the effect of naked in bed eating, right? She set a $200 price on this to unlock, to view it. A picture. She even went as far as to correspond back and forth with people when people messaged her and said, is this a nude photo of you? And she says, of course it is. I'll show you if I can find the screenshots. And so many people paid this $200, which is absolutely insane in the first place. But we're not talking about that either, because if that was just what it is and she made $2 million, whoop-de-doo. Nobody really cares, dude. Great for her. Like, amazing. We wouldn't be talking about it today. We wouldn't be talking about it today. But the thing is when they opened that picture, it was not nude. It was a picture from her Instagram that everybody already saw for free. She scammed. all of these people out of their money. And it wasn't just scammed them out of 40 bucks. Maybe a few of them would let it go. It was scammed them out of $200 when you're already fucking rich, bitch. What? So then that caused people to massively charge back the site. They wanted their money back. Mass chargebacks. So that resulted in OnlyFans quietly implementing new rules across the site for everyone, even though she's the one that fucked it up. Even though all the other sex workers on the site that have been using it just fine through quarantine, been able to feed themselves, feed their children, you know what I mean, survive, like, you know, monetize their content, monetize their following, which they very well should. They didn't have any problems with this. Obviously, that's why there wasn't rules in place. Well, Miss Bella Thorne made it to where, because of her actions, instead of being paid out once a week, we're now paid out once a month. And that might not sound like a lot to you guys, but it's huge to a lot of sex workers that are just outside the cusp of survival sex work. You don't even know. This could push all of those just outside of the cusp of survival sex workers back into survival sex work. It's just like Red Book ending in a way. When you already have sex for money, even if it's just on camera, there are reasons for that, okay? That have to do with personality, that have to do with lifestyle. There's many different reasons that could be. If you're just outside of the cusp of survival sex work, it's not going to take much to push you back into the streets or to push you back into dire situations, to be able to feed yourself without somebody giving you a handout, which a lot of us are very proud. Anyways, the other thing is they limited now to where you can only charge $100 per pay-per-view message and people can only tip $50. I might have gotten those backwards. One might be the other. And that is a problem because many girls offer free OnlyFans subscriptions and make all of their money off of this unlockable content or these pay-to-view messages or tips or custom content. That's their niche. And so they're not going to be able to do that anymore. It really fucked the platform up for plenty of innocent sex workers that were doing just fine, all happily getting along. I mean, Cardi B got on here. She didn't fuck the platform up. There's many other, Trisha's on there. She didn't fuck the platform up. There's many other people on here that are more celebrities than sex workers. They didn't fuck the platform up. And to claim that you were doing it for research purposes is absolutely outlandish, because there's no way that you would be able to gain an authentic perspective based on what you experienced as a celebrity coming into this with such a massive following. And plus, you would never portray it as it actually happened. You're not going to get on any movie and say, hey, I scammed a bunch of fucking people. How do you like me now? You're not. So what are you talking about? And then the fact is also is that it's so fucked up because it just further pushes us in where we don't want to be as sex workers. And we're already a marginalized group that doesn't fit in society's norms. We're already looked down upon. Like, it's fucked up that Bella can come in here, reap the benefits of the platform that is built off the backs of sex workers, and yet never have to acknowledge any of the shame or stigma or real life struggles that sex workers go through constantly. I mean, just to live, just to be us. She didn't even bat an eye at the issues that we face. Decriminalization. She could have just said decriminalization one time, and a lot of us wouldn't be as pissed. But you pretended like you were doing research about being a sex worker, and you turned your nose up to all sex workers. You basically spit on us. Not only that, okay? I'm not done yet. To top it all off, baby. Well, let's read her apology first that she posted on Twitter, which is an absolute joke. She would have been better off not posting anything, honestly. She goes, and I don't know why it says part 1. First, she retweeted some Amy Kaufman. I'm pretty sure that is her tenant that she was a landlord to, that this tenant, okay, is a sex worker. And so Bella thought, oh, isn't she a sex worker? I'm pretty sure that if I, get her to speak up for me, she can say I'm some type of fucking martyr because I allowed her to film in my house. Aren't I a good fucking person? I'm an ally. That's who this is. And so she retweeted her is Amy Kaufman, saying she's also making a movie about OnlyFans with Sean Baker. This is the most hilarious thing. That will ask, what does a platform like this do to its users? What's the connective material between your life and your life inside the world of OnlyFans? How far are you willing to go, and how far do you want to go? It's funny you mentioned that, Amy Kaufman, but we'll get to that in a minute. So then Bella on August 29th tweet, and I don't know why this is labeled as part 1, because bitch, where's the part 2 then, Bella? Part 1, remove the stigma behind sex work, and the negativity that surrounds the word sex itself by bringing a mainstream face to it. That's what I was trying to do, to help bring more faces to the site to create more revenue for content creators on the site. Bitch, we didn't ask for your help. We didn't ask for your help. And we are not talking about the stigma behind sex. We're not in Cosmo fucking Politan. We would never make it there. Nobody would allow that. Nobody would allow that. Okay? So we're not worried about the stigma behind sex. We've got a lot of fucking human rights to catch up to before we start worrying about the stigma of the word sex and whether fucking vibrators can be bought without somebody snarking or giggling at us. Okay? Without feeling weird. We've got a long road before that there, baby. But okay, sure, bitch. You just showed you completely missed the point. Ding dong, like fucking just... But why would I expect you to get it? You never had to. So you shouldn't actually place yourself like in that position, like you're actually giving a fuck. Just take it all out of your mouth. Just don't say it. We didn't ask for your help. You'd be the last motherfucker that we asked for help. And if that's what you were trying to do, what you accomplished was far from that. So, I mean, I wouldn't say anything about it then if that was the case. I mean, you could have literally just apologized, said, okay, you guys, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't know I was so ignorant in this way. I want to take, I don't give a fuck if it was $1,000, bitch, and donate it to Free Speech Coalition or SWAP or the Red Umbrella Project or any various, not sex trafficking, not human trafficking, sex workers outreach or resource project. Not that there's anything wrong with human trafficking, sex trafficking, but that's a whole different lane, baby. Whole different lane, okay? Than sex workers that have been affected by this woman. So she goes on to say, I want, and what makes her think that she, Bella fucking Thorne, of all people, was gonna bring, was a more mainstream face. More mainstream than who? Cardi B, honestly? Honestly. More mainstream. You think you're more mainstream than Lena the Plug? Honestly. Riley Reid? Honestly. This bitch is, she's got to be on drugs. Like, she has to have a massive cocaine problem and owe a drug dealer money. That's what I'm thinking. That or gambling or something of that fucked up sort, okay? But anyways, moving on. I wanted to bring attention to the site. Nobody fucking asked you to do that. Nobody asked you to do that. We were doing just fine. What makes you think we weren't doing just fine? That's not what you wanted to do. Honestly, do you think that Bella Thorne was sitting in her fucking mansion and was like, you know what? Doesn't have enough tension right now? I haven't seen OnlyFans get any attention. I think I can single-handedly save the sex work industry by making an OnlyFans. What do you think, Tana? Like, no, bitch. You saw Tana fucking scamming people and getting easy money. So you were like, hell yeah, better hop on this gravy train to pay for my fucking fentanyl habit or whatever the fuck is going on with you. But it clearly wasn't to bring attention to the site. Yeah, I can see you just dreaming that up. You're like counting all your money, sitting in there in your fucking mansion with Maud's son or whoever the fuck is your boyfriend this week. It just irks me to no fucking end. Like, you know, being waited on hand and just having, you know what I mean? This lapse of luxury, celebrity life. Oh, I've got the #1 book and the #1 movie. Fucking too bad I can't name which one, either of them. Too bad. But there you go. And you were like, you know what? I just had an epiphany. I think I should bring more attention to OnlyFans. I will be the one to save the OnlyFans. I will be the OnlyFans crusader. No, you dumb bitch. You didn't. Nobody believes you. And the more people on the site, the more likely you have a chance to normalize the stigmas. This shit just irks me to my core. To my core. Okay? the more people on the site, the more likely of a chance to normalize the stigmas? No. You want to know why? Because people like you, in all of the articles that I've read, get called an entrepreneur for what you've done. People like me get called a whore and a blight on society and get told to get a real job, which is the comments that I've gotten after posting this just posting the facts on TikTok, just literally reading exactly what happened in a factual context. I get told to, oh, guess it's time to get a real job now. Oh, guess that's what you get for easy money. All this shit. Like, you get called an entrepreneur, and we get called criminals and whores and blights on society. And you further that. You further that stigma. You further that stigma because you want to know what OnlyFans does? OnlyFans then gets to poster you all over the fucking place. Oh, look at Bella Thorne. She's our new OnlyFans girl. While just shoving all sex workers that have built this fucking platform off of the blood, sweat, and tears of their backs, shove them in a closet someplace. We're not going to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that. But look at Bella Thorne, everybody, because she's a fucking celebrity. I mean, no matter how much money OnlyFans has made off of the backs of sex workers, they still don't advertise that anywhere. They don't admit to it. They don't write about it. It's not in there about me anywhere. It's not anywhere in their publication anywhere. They talk about that they are home to fitness coaches and chefs and personal trainers and all of this SFW shit when it's bullshit. That's what you helped to do, Bella. And I'm trying to do this, and in trying to do this, I hurt you, bitch. I want you, and I've tweeted this at her. I know she's not going to answer it. I know she's not going to do it. I want you, Bella Thorne, if you ever watched this or if anybody ever conveyed this to you, which is highly unlikely, up there on your fucking high horse, I want you to sit down with a sex worker. Just one, because I know you're chicken shit and you can't handle more than one. Just one sex worker, an actual sex worker, a real sex worker, not a fucking fake one, not the one of your choosing that is like gonna go easy on you because she like lives in Hollywood Hills next to you or something and she started out as your fucking sister's neighbor across. No, a real actual sex worker that you have no fucking ties to, that is in an actual position that this hurt them. Sit down and talk to her and let her tell you what the fuck is up and why the fuck you're full of shit. Because you're full of shit. You're full of shit. You cannot sit there and... Really, Bella, you wanted to remove the stigma and bring more attention to the site because you're being so helpful and in that you hurt people? What inspired you to do this? What was your inspiration? Did it just... ding? Was it just like Jiminy Cricket on your shoulder? Or did you like pass a billboard and see like, oh, you know what? That reminded me of sex work, which for no reason should ever be in my head because I'm a fucking Disney star and I get money the legitimate fucking way. You wanted to just LARP as a whore because you thought it was cute or what? You thought it was edgy? Anyways, moving on. It makes me so sick. I have risked my career a few times to remove the stigma behind sex work. When? When? What career? When? I just want to beat my head against the keyboard. I'm serious. It makes me so fucking upset. And this happened like days. I've taken days to make this video. Porn and the natural hatred people spewed because you made an NSFW fucking content that you tried to exploit Pornhub by posting on there. You directed it. Big whoop, bitch. You've never had to sex work. It's just, this is beyond me. I wonder if you took your pictures. Did you take your pictures for OnlyFans? Or did a photographer take your pictures for OnlyFans, bitch? How much did your outfit cost that you... And all of this is just to say you didn't put any work into this. You didn't care about it. You didn't put any work into it. You didn't care about it because you didn't need it. You didn't need the money. At no point did you need this money. At no point. And then she says something to the effect of, oh, before this, she doesn't say it anywhere in here, but in a couple of the articles, that she might donate some of it to charity, but most of the money is going to fund her movie with Sean Baker. And the fact that she didn't even mention any charity, we all know it's bullshit, but like, you couldn't even bother Googling sex work charity. Oh, let me figure this out. Really, couldn't be bothered to do that, not even a little bit. Behind sex work, porn, and the natural hatred people spew behind anything sex related. Again, we are not talking about anything sex related. We've got a long way to go before there. I wrote and directed a porn against the highbrows of my peers and managers because I wanted to help with the stigma behind sex. Again, we're not talking, we've got a long road ahead of us before we get to the stigma behind sex, okay? And isn't that nice to just be able to, well, today I think I'm gonna wake up and write and direct a porn. Well, these girls that you just took money out of their mouths and fucked up their platform, they don't get to have the ability to just wake up and just write and direct a porn. Fucking dumb bitch. I'm a mainstream face, unfortunately. And when you have a voice, a platform, you try to use it in helping others and advocate for something bigger than yourself. Again, in this process, I hurt you, and for that, I'm truly sorry. Who asked you to help us? And that is a bold-faced lie. That is not your reasoning for doing this. That's a lie. P.S. I'm meeting with Onlyfans about the new restrictions to find out why. This is fucked up, and I'm sorry. Comment any ideas or concerns you want brought up to Onlyfans, and send me your links and a pic so I can promote you guys. Isn't that nice to just be able to wake up and meet with Onlyfans when they don't even email most sex workers back? 3, 4, 5 emails, you know. And you really are now baiting bitches to try to get them to look like you, like you're helping them, like, but nobody bought that shit. Because you really wanted girls to be like, oh yeah, can you please ask them this? Can you please tell them this? Can you please, here's my picture. Will you retweet it? You didn't retweet shit. You didn't promote any fucking thing. Nothing. You didn't do it. That was just a game. You're a bullshit ass bitch, dude. Okay, so the kicker here is this movie that she said all of this money was going to go fund, and that all of this was to, you know, research for this movie, right, with Sean Baker. He never made a movie. He was never making a movie with her about OnlyFans. Was never making a movie about OnlyFans. I would like to make it clear, this is what on his Twitter, what he tweeted, that the news of me making a film, documentary, or fiction narrative about OnlyFans and using Bella Thorne as research is false. I'm not attached to this project. I'm actually in development on 2 features that I put years of research and love into, and neither of these films have anything to do with Miss Thorne or OnlyFans. Earlier this month, I had a conversation with Miss Thorne and discussed a possible collaboration in the far future that would focus on her life and the circumstances leading to her to join OnlyFans, which is my reasoning for saying, do you have a drug addiction that got out of control? Do you owe somebody money that's bad? Did you have a gambling problem? What is it? The circumstances leading her to join OnlyFans. That's what he's making a movie on. And you have this big circle jerk of lies surrounding it. And you just sold your $1 million house. Something's up, bitch. On that call, I advised her team to consult with sex workers and address the way she went about this as to not hurt the sex work industry. This has been the extent of my involvement. I am an ally and have literally devoted my career to tell stories that remove stigma and normalize lifestyles that are under attack. I would never do anything that could possibly hurt the community, so please know that this news is not correct. Thank you. Yeah, it's very strange. It's very, very strange. And Bella just hasn't said anything about that. It's just hilarious. I'm just reading the replies. It's just hilarious. So what would be your motivation for lying like that? And so when I know that that's a lie, I mean, it was easy to tell all the rest of it was lies about I just woke up one day and I just bink hit me in my fucking head. I decided that I was going to be the sex work crusader. That's a bold-faced lie too. That's a lie. We already knew that, but like, you weren't even working on a movie with him. what drugs are you on? Please let me know. Because I need some of that. Anyways, yeah, it's been fun ranting at you.